Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Exclusive. Gold Rush sees Parker Schnabel get Big Red ready for Mud Mountain. Team Parker Schnabel is in moving day mode on the next Gold Rush. The crew for Schnabel is folding up the enormous plant called Big Red, getting it ready to move to Mud Mountain. In TV show's Ace exclusive clip, Schnabel says, "The only thing we can do is try to make as much money as we can and have a good war chest built up to start in Alaska." Schnabel has deeply invested in this season's expanded footprint for mining. He worries that he may be stretched too thin. The potential payout could be the largest in the show's history if hunches are proved to be correct. What happens on Mud Mountain and the next gold rush? After securing new ground in Alaska, 27-year-old Parker Schnabel is heading back to the Yukon, with his season now resting on his big bet, the deepest claim ever, and it is called Mud Mountain. Driving to the spot, Schnabel says, "You know, this season we put a lot of our eggs in the Mud Mountain basket, and hopefully there's tons of gold in there." Parker's gamble. To date, Parker has gambled $4 million of his money on this claim, and the Schnabel team has already spent 10 weeks tripping and prepping the site. Thinking about the move of equipment, Schnabel says, "Everybody over there, they should be switching on Mud Mountain when I get back. So we'll see what ends up happening. The airstrip cut is done, and we can get Big Red packed up, moved over Mud Mountain just one piece at a time here." The clip takes us to Indian River, where the moment the crew's been waiting for is finally here. The wash plant Big Red is folded up and stacked, ready to be transported to take on the new assignment of Mud Mountain. Moving day arrives. Our clip below shows the arrival of the transport truck to haul Big Red to Mud Mountain, and Blaschke notes that the truck's timing is on the money. The preliminary tests showed that Mud Mountain could hold 8,000 ounces of gold, equating to approximately $14 million. And if Parker's new cut delivers, it could be his biggest payday ever. This prospect would secure him as the most prosperous miner of the series. He would beat Tony Beats in the volume department. But the gold prospecting by Pan reveals less than promising news, as crew boss Mitch Blaschke says while tossing a pan of rocks. "So far, what I'm seeing here looks like **T. All the pans have been poor despite that." Parker has pushed ahead, determined to mine out the cut in just one season. The Alaskan wilderness loomed vast and intimidating as Parker Schnabel, the young mining prodigy, stood at the edge of his newest challenge. The air was thick with the promise of gold and the unmistakable scent of adventure. This season of Gold Rush promised to be unlike any other, and Parker was ready to take it head-on. His target, Mud Mountain, a treacherous expanse of muck and mire rumored to hide veins of gold deep within its clutches. Parker's eyes scanned the landscape, taking in the dense forests, rocky outcrops, and the seemingly endless sea of mud. It was a miner's nightmare, but for Parker, it was a dream waiting to be unearthed. The only thing standing between him and the motherlode was Mud Mountain itself. In the heart of his operation, the massive wash plant known as Big Red stood silent and imposing. It was a mechanical beast, a testament to engineering prowess, and it had seen Parker through countless gold-rich seasons. But Mud Mountain was different. This wasn't just about raw power, it was about adaptability, ingenuity, and sheer willpower. Parker knew that getting Big Red ready for Mud Mountain would be his greatest challenge yet. The morning sun cast long shadows as Parker gathered his crew around Big Red. The team was a motley group of seasoned miners and fresh faces, each one ready to stake their claim in the history of gold mining. There was Mitch, the mechanic with a heart of gold and a mind for machines. Rick, the burly bulldozer operator whose strength was matched only by his loyalty, and Carla, the sharp-eyed geologist with a knack for finding gold where others saw only dirt. "All right, everyone," Parker began, his voice steady and filled with determination. "Mud Mountain is our new home, and Big Red is our key to unlocking its secrets. This won't be easy. The mud here is unlike anything we've faced before. It's thick, it's deep, and it's going to try to stop us at every turn. But we've got something Mud Mountain doesn't have: heart. And with Big Red on our side, there's nothing we can't do." The crew responded with a chorus of agreement, their spirits high despite the daunting task ahead. The first order of business was to modify Big Red to handle the unique challenges of Mud Mountain. Parker and Mitch pored over blueprints and schematics, brainstorming ways to reinforce the wash plant's structure and enhance its efficiency. "Mud is going to clog everything," Mitch said, rubbing his chin thoughtfully. "We'll need to install extra filters and improve the water flow to keep it running smoothly. And those trommels, they need to be tougher. Way tougher." Parker nodded. "And we'll need to increase the sluice box angles. That should help prevent the mud from building up too much." Days turned into weeks as the crew worked tirelessly on Big Red. Sparks flew, wrenches turned, and the hum of machinery filled the air. Each member of the team played a crucial role, their efforts combining into a symphony of progress. Carla tested soil samples, pinpointing the best spots to dig. Rick cleared paths through the forest, creating access routes for the heavy equipment. And Mitch, true to his reputation, transformed Big Red into a mud-battling behemoth. Finally, the day came when Big Red was ready for its trial by mud. Parker stood before his creation, a mix of pride and anxiety bubbling within him. This was it, the moment they had all worked so hard for. The entire operation hinged on Big Red's ability to conquer Mud Mountain. "Let's fire her up," Parker said, his voice barely audible over the roar of anticipation. With a rumble that echoed through the valley, Big Red came to life. The ground trembled as the wash plant's massive trommels began to spin, and the crew watched with bated breath. Parker guided the first load of mud-laden dirt into the plant, the rich brown muck oozing down the conveyor belt. Big Red groaned under the weight, but it held firm. The enhanced sluice boxes and reinforced trommels did their job, channeling the mud and separating the precious gold from the muck. Parker's heart pounded as he watched the first glimmers of gold appear in the sluice boxes, sparkling against the backdrop of the dark mud. "We did it!" Carla shouted, her voice breaking the tension. "We're getting gold." Cheers erupted from the crew as they realized their hard work was paying off. The impossible task of taming Mud Mountain was no longer a distant dream. It was a reality. Parker felt a surge of pride and relief wash over him. They had done it. They had turned Big Red into a mud-crushing titan, capable of uncovering the hidden wealth within Mud Mountain. As the days passed, the team fell into a rhythm. The challenges of Mud Mountain were ever present, but with Big Red on their side, they met each obstacle head-on. The mud was relentless, but so were they. Every day brought new discoveries, new veins of gold hidden beneath layers of thick, unyielding earth.